Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video here on iStarly TV. This is another in my Battle Stadium Singles Road to Masters series where I try to climb the online Battle Stadium Singles ladder on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So today I have a new team to feature, which you probably are aware of from the title and the thumbnail, but before I do that, I do just want to talk briefly about my content so far, and let me just show off this shiny Citadel that I literally just found right before this video. It was in a pack of Citadels. Look how cute it is. That's actually awesome. So be on the lookout in the future for a Citadel team. Well, obviously it would be a Cititan team. I've actually built one in the past on Showdown and it was a lot of fun. So I'm excited to play that in Battle Stadium Singles in a little bit once I train this little guy up. Anyways, with that being said, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who's been watching all of my videos and watching my content, or just watching my videos in general, even if you haven't been watching every single one of them. If you've shown any interest in my content and you've been enjoying it, thank you so much. I truly appreciate everyone who's been watching my content, whether you comment or not, whether you watch every video or not. Like, if you just watch one of my videos and you've enjoyed it, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I've been having so much fun with Scarlet and Violet, but also with my Battle Stadium Singles series, which is the kind of the series that I've been doing a lot more of. You know, now that the games are out, I haven't been doing quite so many guides, but I'll probably do more of them soon. And also, of course, once new content continues to come out, I love doing guide videos, but I also love this. So with that being said, I just want to ask everyone a question first of all. If you've been watching my videos and you're familiar with this series where I just play Battle Stadium Singles, you'll know that I've been doing a lot of like kind of gimmicky and I guess you could say creative sets, creative Pokemon, you know, gimmicky Pokemon that you don't typically see all the time in Battle Stadium Singles. And for me, that's just been a lot of fun. That's how I enjoy playing Pokemon. I love Pokemon, obviously. I like a lot of the Pokemon in this game. And so it's fun for me to try out things that you don't normally see and try to see what works and just try to see what's viable. So that's why I've been doing a ton of like unique gimmicky sets. You know, my last video featured Hawlucha, which you don't normally see. In the past, I've featured Pokemon like Glimmora, which I guess is a little bit more common. I mean, and then I have a few Pokemon in the wings in my boxes ready to go, who are also less commonly used. So I just love featuring Pokemon that you don't typically see and just trying them out and see if they can work in singles. So anyways, my question for you is, do you enjoy that? Would you enjoy seeing me just continue to do that for this series for Battle Stadium Singles? Or would you like to see me kind of just go more hardcore, go more sweaty and just build like hardcore competitive teams for Battle Stadium Singles and, you know, just go all the way and maybe try to get higher ranks, if that makes any sense. So let me know if you'd like to see only the unique gimmicky content or a mix of unique gimmicky content and like super hardcore competitive content, you know, or 50-50 or like 80-20, one or the other, you know, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know if you'd like to see anything else from me. Like, let me know what Pokemon you'd like to see me feature. Let me know what other types of content you'd like to see me do. You know, I don't currently play a lot of VGC, but I know obviously it's the more popular format for Scarlet and Violet, and so I'm definitely interested in it. I've been following it a little bit, and so I would love to try some VGC in the future as well. So if I do VGC, it'll probably be a mix between VGC and singles, but let me know what you think about that. Do you like me just kind of staying as a Battle Stadium Singles creator? Or would you like to see me go both ways? Go both ways. Would you like to see me do VGC and singles? I know there's really not a lot of Battle Stadium Singles content creators. You know, shout out to Regs13, who honestly is the only other Battle Stadium Singles content creator that I'm aware of currently. I'm sure there are a few more, but you know, I'd love to find them out if there are. And Regs is awesome. You know, I've watched his videos, and I'll probably mention him in a little bit as well when I talk about the team I made. But anyways, yeah, let me know in the comments, please, what you think of my content. And once again, just thank you all so much for just watching all of my videos. You see, Citadel, everything the light touches will be yours once you're king. Wait, where are you going? He's like, what about the shadowy place? And I'm like, that's Levincia. You must never go there because what's her name? Iono is there and she's awful. Anyways, let's get to the team. So with that being said, we have a brand new team today. And first of all, right away, I'm sure your eyes are drawn to the Masquerain on the team. let's try to talk briefly about this. So Masquerain is a Pokemon with a very unique skill set. I mean, the most notable thing about Masquerain, as sad as it is, because I love Masquerain. Masquerain has access to Sticky Web. It's one of the very few Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet that has Sticky Web. If I'm being honest, there was another Pokemon I really wanted to try on this team with Sticky Web. I'm just gonna say it. It was Spidops, because I caught an amazing shiny Spidops, and I tried it out, and unfortunately, Spidops is just not good. I mean, I think there's still room to try it out, and I think that I might try a Spidops team in the future because it has Sticky Web, but if you want Sticky Webs, honestly, the best Sticky Web setter is going to be Masquerain in Scarlet and Violet. And so the main Pokemon I wanted to build around was actually Haxorus. I think I'll go back to Masquerain in a little. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but Haxorus is kind of like the centerpiece of this team. This was the Pokemon I wanted to build around. And I mean, if you look at Haxorus's kit, it is really strong. It has a massive attack stat, a pretty decent speed stat, although admittedly it's a little bit middling for an offensive threat. It also has a pretty solid defense stat, although its special defense is not that great. The thing about Haxorus, I think the biggest thing about it, aside from that really high attack stat, is Mold Breaker. Mold Breaker ignores the opponent's abilities when attacking. That is actually a pretty huge deal, and I actually think Haxorus has a very unique place in the metagame right now, because so many of the best Pokemon in this metagame are really reliant on their abilities. Unaware Pokemon, which I've mentioned probably in every single one of my videos at this point, Dondozo, Skeledirge, even Clodsire, they typically ignore when you're setting up boosts like Dragon Dance and stuff. However, with Mold Breaker, you basically cancel out their Unaware, which means if I set up a Dragon Dance or two, those boosts are going to factor into my attacks, even if the opponent has Unaware. So I'm going to be hitting them extremely hard. And in fact, I think I can probably one-hit KO almost all of those Pokemon after a couple boosts. I mean, Haxorus is so insanely strong that it can probably one-hit KO literally anything after a couple of boosts. Another important Pokemon that Mold Breaker is amazing against is Mimikyu. Mimikyu has the Disguise ability, and with Mold Breaker, we just ignore it. We just Iron Head right through the Disguise and one-hit KO Mimikyu absolutely easily. So that's another big deal here. And then there's other Pokemon who focus really heavily on their abilities, who like Hydreigon and Rotom, who have Levitate. Well, guess what? With Mold Breaker, we ignore Levitate and we can hit them with Earthquakes. So good stuff all around. I think Haxorus just has a really strong place in the meta, and I wanted to, as I typically do with strong Pokemon, I wanted to just hit as hard as possible. So I wanted to run an Adamant Nature, which is why I'm running Masquerain on my team to set up Sticky Webs, so that when Pokemon switch in, their speed gets lowered. And yeah. As for the moveset, we have Dragon Dance, self-explanatory. We have Outrage, Earthquake, and Iron Head. Earthquake and Iron Head, I feel like kind of like, they offer good coverage. I'm also a Terra Steel type, so that I can defensively Terra against like Fairy types or other Dragon types, or just almost a lot of other Pokemon I can just Terra, and that's really good. I'm also running the Lumberry because getting burned or poisoned or put to sleep or paralyzed is really bad for Haxorus. So being able to negate that one time and maybe one-hit KO the opponent is very good for me as well. Also running Outrage, I might end up changing that right before I get to the battles, but we're gonna see. I've been testing this team on Showdown, and it's actually been doing pretty well for me. And so I honestly do not remember whether I have Outrage or not, because I've been kind of fluctuating back and forth. I think I do though. I might have Dragon Claw though, but we'll see. Another option is Close Combat. Also with Haxorus in general, I think there's a world where you just play Haxorus, like even just Choice Banded Haxorus, because Haxorus also has access to First Impression, which is really cool. So I think there's a lot of room for Haxorus in this meta right now, and there's a few different sets that it can run, and I'm just going to try this out and we'll see how it goes. Quickly going back to Masquerain, it has Intimidate, it has a Focus Sash, which almost always guarantees that you get up a Sticky Web. Obviously, once Sticky Webs are up, when the opponent switches in, their speed is going to get lowered. Honestly, I think this team wants a Stealth Rock setter as well. I just haven't found room for one, so I'm going to have to play it without one. Stealth Rock is always good and it always helps, but the two Stealth Rock setters that I like the most in the meta right now are Garchomp and Glimmora, both of whom at least on the sets that I've been using, also run Focus Sash. So, I mean, there's I could try out a different Garchomp, I just don't have one built currently, but obviously my Masquerain has Focus Sash, so that item is taken for now. Beyond Sticky Web, we have Bug Buzz, which hits pretty hard. Masquerain has a decent special attack stat, and then we have Icy Wind to lower the opponent's speed stat even further. And then finally we have Foul Play, which is, factored into, or rather, Foul Play is a little bit awkward with Intimidate, but sometimes it's just fine. Sometimes it's all you need against certain Pokemon. It also can let you hit certain Dragapult builds decently hard, especially if they have Clear Body. I also want to once again shout out Regs13, who once again is another Battle Stadium singles content creator. He is, I'll post a link to his channel in the description, but he's a great battler, a great content creator. I've been a big fan of his for a while. So shout outs to him again. I know I featured one of his teams recently, but also I want to say he featured a team with Masquerain, I believe a few weeks back, and it was pretty awesome. And that's actually where I got the inspiration. Like, I was wanting to build a team with Sticky Web and Haxorus, like right around the time that, it's funny, like that he posted the video, although again, I was kind of leaning more towards Spidops. But once he posted his video showcasing Masquerain, it kind of like convinced me to like go more towards Masquerain, because as far as Sticky Web setters go, once again, I think Masquerain is the best of them. Then we don't need to spend too much time talking about these two. Skeledirge, pretty standard stuff here. Skeledirge is an amazing Pokemon. One of the best in the meta right now. I love this Pokemon so much. Don't think I need to explain it too much further. It's a good Pokemon to switch into if you're trying to set up and you get kind of like, caught off. Oops, I accidentally kind of spoiled, if you were paying attention right there, I accidentally spoiled one of the other Pokemon, but I'll get to that one in a second. We have the traditional bulk up Annihilate build. Just to offer another setup threat in case Haxorus is not in a good spot against the opponent's team. I don't know. I just kind of threw in Annihilate because it's a solid Pokemon and I don't think it needs too much explanation. Then we have so basically all three of these Pokemon I'm kind of featuring in a way here, but I've just found this Pokemon to be really good on the team in general. I've been testing this and it's been working really well for me. This is Choice Specs Salamence. So if you're someone who's been watching a lot of my videos and you see that I put Choice Specs Dragapult on almost every one of my teams, I may have found something that I like a little bit better. Probably not, but the thing is, Salamence has a higher special attack stat than Dragapult, which means you're actually going to be hitting a lot harder. Salamence also, I would say, has a better defensive typing than Pult. I mean, it's kind of like 50-50. They're both good against certain types, but bad against others. But Salamence also has Intimidate, so you can switch into a physical attacker, lower their attack stat, and then a lot of the times they're not going to expect you to go for an extremely powerful Draco Meteor or even Air Slash, or I'm Terra Fairy, so Terra Blast as well. This Pokemon has been really good for me. I think there's a lot of options here as well for Salamence. I also wanted to try Timid, but I've been testing with Modest and it's been doing really well for me. Once again, I just like to hit as hard as possible, so that's why I'm running a Modest nature. Timid might be better though, because 100 base speed is actually really good in this meta right now. But with that being said, we can always Terra Fairy against certain things, and I just think that this is just a fantastic Pokemon. Like I said, people just don't expect it, and then you just out of nowhere obliterate them. I've had people, taunt me, expect me to Dragon Dance, or Will-O-Wisp me, expecting me to be a physical attacker, and then I just one-hit KO them unexpectedly. So, Choice Spec Salamence, like I said, is this the new Dragapult? Probably not, but I think we're gonna have some fun with this one. Finally, I just threw Masquerain on this team just because I wanted something else that can kind of pressure super tanky Pokemon. And this Pokemon hits really hard. Flower Trick is a really good move. And we've just got 4 good moves here with Protean, obviously, and an Adamant, Choice Band in Nature. I am afraid, as always, against, faster Dragapults, like physical Dragapults, but I do have a couple Terra Fairy types, so hopefully that can hold me over. I need to stop building teams that are so weak to Dragapult, right? But anyways, that's the team here. We're trying to feature Haxorus, we're trying to feature Masquerain, and if that fails, we have a Choice Spec Salamence to try out. So we'll see where this video goes. I'm having a lot of fun with this team. Let's get to some battles. And we found an opponent here, and I did change the Outrage on my Haxorus to Dragon Claw. Now let's take a look at my opponent's team here. They have Arboliva, remember that? Arboliva is awesome. I actually had a game where I got swept by an Arboliva and then they sent in their Drifblim and it gets the Grassy Seed, it has Unburden, and then it goes like double team. So Skeledirge is or Minimize, I think, but Skeledirge is actually perfect against that because Unaware ignores evasion boosts. So either way, Skeledirge is just great here in general. It's great against Volcarona. I mean, what else do I need to say about Skeledirge? It's such an amazing Pokemon. We are going to be bringing that for sure. And I do wonder what else they'll bring. Like if they'll bring the combo of Drifblim and Arboliva, but I actually think Masquerain is like okay against their team in general, so I do want to bring it. And then do I just end up bringing Haxorus as well? I mean, Choice Spec Salamence is actually pretty good as well here. If I do that though, that's a little scary against the Dragapult. Although, once again, I have Skeledirge. Honestly, I think Skeledirge can take on all of their Pokemon 1v1. I'm just going to bring Haxorus here. Another Pokemon that I'm afraid of is Baxcalibur, who, for the 80th time in this video, Skeledirge is really good against. So, well, not always. Baxcalibur can absolutely be scary against Dirge. But anyways, let's see what happens here. So again, given their team, they probably are going to go Arboliva, set up Grassy Terrain. Ooh, it's shiny. I like that a lot. Into Drifblim, and then they get the Grassy Seed, which triggers Unburden. They start setting up Minimize, etc., etc. So, I mean, I have to hit them. There's nothing I can do against that. I think I still go Sticky Web because almost all of the rest of their Pokemon are susceptible to it. So I'm just going to go for it. Plus, it means that we go a turn without getting off their Grassy Terrain, which maybe makes it a little bit awkward for them. But they actually do go Leech Seed, which is actually kind of annoying. I don't really need Masquerain. The only reason I need Masquerain is to set up Sticky Web. So you can kind of expect that, you know, when I lead Masquerain, you can always expect that it's probably going to die at some point. But either way, I'm just going to go for the Bug Buzz now. It should do a lot of damage, and it does. It does over half. That is going to get the Seed Sower going, though. And unfortunately, pretty awkwardly, since I'm a Flying type, I will not be getting that recovery from the Grassy Terrain. Now here, I actually want to go Icy Wind, just expecting them to go into Drifblim. If they don't, though, then if they stay in, then I'm not going to kill them, which is really awkward. I'm just going to Bug Buzz. That's fine. If they go Drifblim here, that's just fine. Because, okay, I do kill them, perfect. Because I was going to say there's a chance I get a special defense drop on Drifblim. Plus, Bug Buzz will probably do okay damage to Drifblim. Not amazing damage, but it'll do something. So they're going into Drifblim now, I'm sure. And this is an awkward situation here where, there's a turn here where we're going to likely go into Skeledirge. And if they predict that and go Shadow Ball, that could be absolutely awful for us. I don't think they're going to, though. Usually Drifblim is like Substitute, Minimize, like Baton Pass, and then maybe a Ghost type move. They go Minimize, perfect. You know, this strategy's pretty cool, but Skeledirge single-handedly just shuts it down. And the funny thing is, I am gonna once again, I mean, there's a tension where if I Terra Dirge, then I'm not gonna Terra Haxorus, but I think that's fine. I think Skeledirge, Fairy Dirge is just so good. I'm going to Shadow Ball here too. The amazing thing too is if they have Substitute, by the way, I changed my outfit if you didn't notice. If they have Substitute, Torch Song actually ignores it because sound-based moves actually ignore Substitute now. So Torch Song is a sound-based move, so it hits them directly through the sub. I didn't go for Torch Song though, I went Shadow Ball. Yeah, and so my opponent's going to be absolutely terrified and surprised here to find that I am going to hit them for sure. Like every single one of my hits is going to hit them. I wonder if people are just not that privy to Skeledirge, because there have been several games like this where people try to set up like Drifblim, and then my Skeledirge just kills them. And watch this. I actually went Torch Song there because I got the special defense drop and I wanted to get a special attack boost. I'm going to kill them here, and my opponent is probably promptly going to rage quit. So yeah, I feel bad. This is on Pokemon Showdown and on Battle Stadium singles, like actual game. In the actual game, I mean, I've encountered a lot of Drifblims that have been completely shut down single-handedly by my Skeledirge. So pretty sad to see. So my opponent's speed is going to get lowered. They go into Volcarona here, which is scary. The funny thing is, because I Terra'd, I'm actually not going to be taking hits from them as well as I like, but I think I can just probably kill them by just spamming Torch Song, but they're going to cancel the battle because it is 3v1 anyway, and they did get the speed drop. So our first battle here is going to be a victory. I think my opponent's team had a lot of promise. Like, that Drifloon set is really annoying, and if you're unprepared, it's absolutely scary to deal with, but all you need to do is bring a Skeleturge and you'll be fine. Game number 2, and my opponent has a scary looking team. They've got Glimmora, they've got Chomp, they've got Zone, they have Palafin, they have Skeleturge. Pretty much every single one of their Pokemon is scary or annoying in its own way. So I think, by the way, I feel like when most people, if they're privy to, like, I don't know, Pokemon battling in general, if they see Masquerain, they're gonna know what it's gonna do. So they're gonna know that I'm gonna want to set up Sticky Web, and they're likely to go into something that kind of counteracts that, or they're just gonna try to set up their own hazards, like with Glimmora, for example. So what do I do here? I think I still do want to go Masquerain, do I? Like, I can Icy Wind Glimmora. They're probably gonna set up Stealth Rock, and then I can set up Web. Is Web important against them? I think it is actually pretty good against them, but they're probably gonna set up Stealth Rock too. The question here is Haxorus good? And I do think Haxorus actually looks good as well. And then finally, the final question of the game, is Skeleturge good, or do I want something else? Skeleturge is okay against Palafin if I can Terrastalize. So once again, there's that tension with, do I want to Terrastalize Skeleturge or do I want to Terrastalize Haxorus? Both of whom have excellent Terrastalize types, but I can only choose one of them. Yeah, I like Skeleturge here. I mean, it's the same team as last time. Salamence has a good shot at being brought here as well because of Intimidate, but it's slower than a lot of their team. It's funny, actually, Salamence has the same speed stat as Palafin, but because I'm a modest nature, they're probably for sure going to outspeed me. But let's see how this battle goes. Like I said, every single one of their Pokemon is annoying or scary in its own way. They do end up leading Glimmora, just as I thought. And they might go for the Rock type move here for the 4-time super effective hit, although once again, if they're aware of what Masquerain can do, they'll probably know that I have Focus Sash. But I think I'm just still going to do what I said, just go Icy Wind here. And after one Icy Wind, I will be faster than them. Actually, if they're modest, I might be faster than them now. Okay, that's fine. They go for the Sticky Web. It's also important to hit Glimmora with special attacks rather than physical attacks because of its ability, Toxic Debris. When it's hit by physical moves, it automatically spits out Toxic Spikes. But they do get off the Stealth Rock, which is definitely annoying because it means that my Skeleturge is going to take a lot of damage when it switches in, but, you know, it is what it is here. They go Power Gem now. It's going to knock me down to my Sash. And now I have the option. I could go Bug Buzz, trying to bank on the special defense drop, or I could just go Icy Wind. I think it's just going to be Icy Wind again, even though it's not doing that much damage. I was just checking my Terrastalize. I don't think there's ever a world where you Terrastalize Masquerain. Anyway, don't want to Foul Play because it's physical and it's going to do a little bit of damage. Bug Buzz, once again, there's an option for that. I'm just going to go Icy Wind just in case I need to go into Skeleturge at some point. It'll be faster than Glimmora for sure. But like I said, it's not doing that much damage, unfortunately. But what this means is that I can... Oh, they have Light Screen. Interesting. Huh. Okay, well that's a little annoying. I guess I Bug Buzz now. It's just awkward because if I... Oh, what? Oh, no. I should have Icy Winded again. Let's see what they go into here. They're going to get a speed drop, though. I don't know why they switched here. I kind of don't agree with that. Because then they're just taking needless damage on their Skeleturge, right? Because now that means I might want to just go into Haxorus. Their speed is already lowered. I think I just Foul Play, even though they're probably going to Terrastalize. They don't. Okay, that's fine. They get super effective damage. It doesn't do that much, though, but it does more than Bug Buzz would have. And then they go Yawn. What is going on? That rhymed. They're going to have to hit me at some point. I don't know why they're so scared to kill my Masquerain. I'm just going to go Icy Wind now. Like, it kind of just... I should have gone Foul Play, to be honest. It kind of doesn't matter what I do, though. Yeah, they go Yawn. They're probably expecting me to switch out, but I'm not going to. Like I said, eventually they're going to have to kill Masquerain, and then unless they set up a bunch of torch songs, I could just go into Haxorus and like get off a Dragon Dance. So they go Slack Off, which is actually not good for me. But now it's like, again, are you gonna just play around, or are you gonna like, you know, they withdraw? I don't know what's going on. Okay, so it's their last Pokemon here. It's gonna get a speed. Oh no, it's not getting a speed drop. Okay, huh. That's fine. Honestly, I'm not that scared of this because I have Skeledirge. So if you want to set up a million Dragon Dances, go ahead. Eventually I'll wake up. Oh, they go sub. That's actually not good. But I do have... This is a weird battle, because like if they Terrastalize into like a Fairy type, they're not going to be weak to Icy Wind anymore. But then if I ever go into Skeledirge, like I've said before, then I get to go Torch Song on them. Yeah, my opponent has just not done anything to kill Masquerain. They might now though. So they are going to Terrastalize. Substitute, that could be the scary Fire Spin trapping set. Or it could just be like a Dragon Dance. I'm hoping it's just a Dragon Dance set, because if I wake up now and get off the Icy... Well, if I get off the Icy Wind, it's probably not going to break their sub. They are going to Dragon Dance. I just don't care about that because I have Skeledirge. So they have Dragon Dance, they have Substitute. Because they're Terra Normal, that leads me to believe they might have Extreme Speed. So the thing is, I think the thing I'm most afraid of is if their last move is... if their last move is going to be Earthquake, because then that's going to make me afraid to Terrastalize my my Skeledirge. But are they going to just try to get to +6? Eventually I'm going to wake up and you're going to be forced to kill me. Yeah, there we go. So they have Extreme Speed. So here's the thing. If their last move is Earthquake, that's really bad, because basically I would like to not Terrastalize my Skeledirge, because being a Ghost type makes me immune to Extreme Speed, but I think this is fine. I'm going to Terrastalize here because, well, what if they have Iron Head? If they have Iron Head, they deserve to win, honestly, because then they will have made like all these 6-head plays. Go into Skeledirge, unfortunately take rocks damage, but that's fine. Terra Fairy, go Torch Song. I am max HP, max defense, and I ignore your defense boost. So if they're like bulky Dragonite, they have leftovers and Substitute. So it's possible they have some bulk EVs and not just max attack investment. All right, get that Terra off. They do have Earthquake. Okay, so that's great. So that makes me really happy that I Terrastalized. Okay, yeah, it just does nothing. Okay, I think I'm in a really good spot now. Because, yeah, so that's gonna just keep boosting my attack every turn. I think now I'm just gonna recover or slack off just to be healthy, just to avoid any like unfortunate crits or something. And it doesn't set me back because every time I hit with Torch Song, I'm boosting my special attack. So they actually switch out into their own Skeledirge. The funny thing is, their Unaware is going to ignore my special attack boost, but because they've already Terrastalized, I can hit them with a super effective Shadow Ball, and I'm definitely faster than they are. So I think this battle is mine. Don't want to get too ahead of myself, but okay, so they have a berry. That's going to be a citrus berry. So that's a little annoying because it means I'm not going to just straight up kill them next turn. Okay, so Glimmora has Stealth Rock, Light Screen, and Power Gem. I think it's pretty likely their last move is a special attacking move. So that's annoying. I'm just gonna Shadow Ball still though. Because basically my point is their Dragonite can't touch me. So if I kill their Skeledirge and then like they can't really go into Dragonite because it can't do anything. So basically what I mean is I'll be able to survive multiple turns of Dragonite setting up or attacking me, and then I'll eventually wake up. So I think my opponent's in a little bit of a stalemate. Again, the scariest thing on their team is Glimmora if they have a poison type move. But I think I might be able to navigate that either way. So they're gonna hit me with a Torch Song. It does, honestly, it does decent damage. I think I have to switch into Haxorus. What are the odds they predict that? Well, I'm asleep now, so... I think Haxorus can just take the game down though now, right? Yeah, I think Haxorus is fine. So I'm just gonna stay in and slack off. If they slack off themselves, like that just wastes a turn for them, and eventually I'll wake up. Or maybe I get super lucky and wake up like this turn or something like that. But if Skeledirge ends up dying, I go into Haxorus, and I think Haxorus just wins the game by itself. I can Earthquake their Skeledirge, which will kill it. I can Earthquake Glimmora, which will be super effective. And now that they've terastallized their Dragonite, I can Earthquake that as well. So yeah, I'm just in a really good spot with Haxorus. Let's see, I hope they like yawn or slack off, or there's even a chance I survive this hit. Okay, they Torch Song again. My Unaware should ignore the boosts. Perfect. Okay, there's a chance I live. I mean, sorry, there's a chance I wake up here. If I don't though, like I said, I think Haxorus is just GG. Do I wake up? Oh, no way. I think I got maximum sleep turns. That sucks. It's okay though. Like I said, I think we're good. Because and I think I already mentioned this, but because their Dragonite already terastallized, it is no longer a flying type, which means it will get its speed lowered with the Sticky Web. So GG, bro. Actually, I don't truly remember how much health their Dragonite has left, and I don't think there's a way to check, but hey, I guess we'll find out when it comes out. I don't think I can play around in Dragon Dance here. I think I just have to straight up Earthquake or just kill their Skeledirge regardless. I can't mess around. If I Dragon Dance and they go like Shadow Ball, and because they have like +3 special attack, so yeah, I can't mess around here. But either way, Haxorus is faster than their whole team at this point. Like I said, that's the main reason I'm running Sticky Web. And we know that their Dragonite has Earthquake and Extreme Speed, and if it's bulky Dragonite, I should be able to live either of those hits from it anyway. They go Glimmora, it is dead. Perfect. They do get the speed boost. Plus, I know that they're not like choice scarfed or anything, so this is going to be a 4-time super effective Earthquake. And then Dragonite comes in. I think I'm going to just hit Dragonite with the Dragon Claw because it's stab. So there's the Toxic Spikes. It does not matter. They go Dragonite. They have Substitute, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Extreme Speed. They don't have Roost. So like I said, I should be able to take an EQ or Extreme Speed pretty well. I'm wondering though, do I ever Dragon Dance here? Extreme Speed's actually kind of scary, because if Extreme Speed's gonna 2-hit KO me, do I Iron Head? This is actually a little scary. If I Dragon Dance, I probably die to just 2 Extreme Speeds. If I Iron Head, there's a chance I Flinch them, but it's gonna do less damage than Dragon Claw. I'm gonna Iron Head. I just don't trust that Dragon Claw is gonna do that much to them. This is scary though. Oh my god. They get a crit. No. Oh god. Well, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose this battle. That was looking so good for me, but I don't think there was a window. If they were always going to crit me, there was never a window for me to set up a Dragon Dance. So there was never a window for me to, yeah, I guess the Terra Normal really helps. I wonder what their EVs are. I wish they had it like in Sword and Shield where you could check the opponent's team after the battle, but GG to my opponent, GG. That's a loss on my part. I feel like I played to the best of my ability. Maybe there were some turns where I could have been a little smarter, but at the same time, I think I played well. I don't know. I think I played decently there. I'm trying to think of if there were any windows where I should have done something differently, but I can't really think of them at the moment. Either way, GG to my opponent. Like, I mean, they got a crit there. I think that mattered. The thing is, okay, so that last turn there, right? If I went Dragon Claw, given the damage of Iron Head, Dragon Claw would not have killed them unless I got a lucky crit. So yeah, because Iron Head and Dragon Claw have the same base power, and then because I'm a Dragon type, Dragon Claw has a little bit of a boost, like a plus 50% damage boost. And if you look at the damage Iron Head did, the plus 50% boost from Dragon Claw would not have killed Dragonite there. So had they not gotten a crit, I might have lived another E-Speed. Probably not though. I think that E-Speed did so much damage with the crit that, yeah, I don't think there was a world where I was surviving that either way. So those Stealth Rocks from Glimmora mattered a lot. Glimmora is annoying. Glimmora is a tough one to see on the opponent's team because it's like guaranteed to get up Stealth Rock. And then, you know, Stealth Rock is just so good. Maybe there's a world where we start running like Rapid Spin on our teams because Stealth Rock is decently prevalent, and having those sashes broken and taking that extra damage from Haxorus did matter. If Haxorus had not taken Stealth Rock damage and if Dragonite had not crit me, then I would have won that battle for sure. But that's a lot of ifs right there, right? You can't count on that. Like I said, I think I played well enough through that battle that it just really came down to a little bit of hacks right there at the end. And Glimmora, you basically, there's no way to stop Glimmora from setting up hazards. I guess if you taunt it. So maybe a fast taunter like a Meowscarada, but then Meowscarada doesn't want to hit Glimmora either because then you set up Toxic Spikes. But either way, that was a fun one. GG to my opponent there. I like Dragonite a lot. Like I said in the previous video where I featured it, I think there's a lot of room for experimentation with Dragonite. It's just such a good Pokemon. And I also really like Glimmora, and I mean, Skeledirge is Skeledirge. So that looked like a Haxorus sweep, but it ended up coming back. Oh, sorry, one final thing I wanted to mention about that battle was, yeah, there was never a window for Haxorus to Dragon Dance. If I Dragon Danced against Skeledirge, they hit me with a super powerful move because they were at like +2 or +3 special attack. And even if I survive, then Dragonite just easily kills me with Extreme Speed. If I Dragon Dance against Glimmora, it's kind of the same thing. They go Power Gem, and then they get off some damage on me, and then Extreme Speed kills me. So there was never a window where I could go for the Dragon Dance first and then get some damage on, or get that attack boost to try to kill the Dragonite. Either way, GG. Those were close ones, and my opponent's teams were really interesting. I hope that this game did a good chance of showcasing, a good job, I mean, of showcasing Haxorus, because I think, again, Haxorus has a solid place in the metagame right now, but at the end of the day, I think its speed and somewhat lackluster defensive stats are really what hold it back, despite its amazing attack stat and Mold Breaker as its ability. So let me know what you thought in the comments. I know that, you know, that second game, I feel like it could have been anyone's game. I did get critted there, but you know, that's gonna happen. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments what you thought. If there are any other Pokemon you'd like to see me use. Also, don't forget to click that bell icon for notifications when I make new videos. I've been posting pretty frequently. I don't have a set schedule yet, although I'm thinking of like coming up with a schedule just so I can kind of stay on track with all of that. But either way, I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you are too. Hope you have a great day.